What's going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here, and if you're watching this video, it means you've probably already seen our big Magfest 2012 reveal trailer, which actually revealed that we are reviving Project 7. And a lot of hype, a lot of hoopla over this already. I've gotten hundreds of messages, I've gotten numerous tweets, I've gotten all kinds of people contacting me about the series. Seems like a lot of hype is building around it, which is excellent. That's exactly what we were hoping that we would get for a reaction, but at the same time, there are also lots of people who are a little bit confused about what is Project 7, what exactly was this to begin with, what is this project going to entail in the future. And so this video, the purpose of this video is going to explain everything about Project 7, what exactly it was, what it is now, where it's going, and to clear up any confusion and to clarify a lot of information for people so that people know what to expect, okay? So first of all, what was Project 7? What was the core idea, you know, back when it started? What exactly am I even talking about right now? So, alright. In early 2010, it was I think January or February of 2010, I'd been doing video game playthroughs on the internet for a little bit over a year at that point. And I thought, I'm doing really well with what I'm doing. I was gaining popularity. But I'll admit, at that time, it started to get a little bit stale to the point where I was like, I really wish I could do some other stuff. There's other things that I would love to do a little bit on a grander scale than me just playing a video game. And I wish I could do it, but I don't really have the means to do it. And so Project 7 was a 3-video series that I made in February of 2010. Started out with actually a normal channel update that had like a crazy interruption by this new character that I had invented called Deathface. And it also continued over 2 more videos that I had created. Where basically the premise was this character didn't like me for whatever reason. It was going to force me to play a game that from my past that I didn't like. And it was a suspenseful series. I never revealed what game it was going to be, although I gave all kinds of crazy funny hints and things to try to throw people off track. It was heavily video editing based. There was no gameplay at all in these clips, these videos. And excuse me. It was a lot more similar to some of the web series and things that you would see on the internet that aren't video game playthrough based. It was something, me branching out basically is what it was. It was me doing some variety branching out. Now, admittedly, the acting was absolutely horrible. The special effects were horrible. The editing was horrible. Everything was horrible. But I think it was so bad that it was good. You know what I mean? It was so bad, these 3 videos, that people laughed at them. They thought, wow, this is hilarious that it's so bad. And that was kind of my intention, because I knew, again, I'm not an actor. I actually filmed every single thing in those videos in one take, just like I do my video updates, my vlogs and stuff like this in one take. I did those videos in one take as well. And I knew I had very, very limited video editing expertise. The programming I use is horrible. I use some crappy third-party program. It's not like I use Sony Vegas or anything. And I also knew that I probably wasn't going to have time to be good at it. I've never taken any classes for it. I don't have any training in video editing. So I have a very basic, bare bones experience with video editing. And it wasn't anything I was looking to break into. I kind of did hope that over the course of my YouTube presence that eventually I would get to do it. Unfortunately, I got caught up in playing every new game under the sun, and then then I became a machinima partner, and so it was more about let's play every game, let's travel, let's do all kinds of stuff, rather than working on video editing. And so it really kind of fell under the rug. I never really learned how to do really good video editing. So I did 3 episodes. It was the channel update and 2 videos of Project 7. And then finally, what I was trying to do with Project 7 was it was kind of going to be a longer video game playthrough. It wasn't necessarily going to be a full video game playthrough. It was going to be me playing a game and maybe taking the parts of the game that I thought were really stupid, but then also some of the parts of the game that I thought were really good, and doing commentary with video editing aspects with more of a comedic take on it, rather than just like my normal Let's Plays where I just play through a game and I'm giving my honest opinions on the game and you see the entire game from start to finish. This was more of, I was just going to do like a highlights of the game, and it was going to be several episode series because You know, I had certain games in mind that I was going to do, and they were all longer games and stuff like that. And I thought it would be really good because a lot of people had told me that my earlier Hateful Truth video reviews, where I did more video editing effects, I did my very first Hateful Truth, which was basically a comedy skit, people loved it. And it really made me a little bit sad that I never really got back to where I was when I started doing those. I like doing that kind of stuff, but again, I don't have the video editing experience, I don't have filmmaking experience, I don't have acting experience, I don't have all these things that are critical to making something like that interesting and successful. I didn't want to just start churning out shitty videos, which I knew if you do something like Project 7 once in a blue moon, it's funny. If you do it every day, it's shitty, okay? So that's the premise of what Project 7 was. And unfortunately, I got too busy with the stuff I was doing at the time. You know, keep in mind back then I still had a 9-to-5 full-time job, and I was only playing games after work. And I got a little bit busy then, and then my Dark Side Phil channel got unfairly suspended from YouTube for a while, and all this hoopla happened, and I never got back to it. But always in the back of my mind, I've had this inkling, okay, that I wanted to get back to Project 7. I always said I want, or at least if it wasn't Project 7, something of that caliber. It was going to be maybe a web series with a lot of video editing, with writing, with comedy, that wasn't necessarily just me playing a video game the whole time. I always wanted to get back to me doing that, okay? And for a while, you know, I didn't have the means. As you know, I'm here I am, I'm self-employed, doing video game playthroughs on YouTube, doing video game reviews, anything relating to gaming. That's pretty much what I'm about. And I've been very, very busy. I've covered almost every major video game in 2011 at this point, done a full playthrough, did a review of a lot of games, and all my time is spent. I don't have time to sit here learning Sony Vegas or any of these other, you know, video editing programs, or buying expensive giant cameras to film with. I just didn't have time to do any of that stuff. So what basically happened was this. As you know, I have friends, and my friend Howard has some friends of his as well, who he's known for quite a long time. And these guys are independent filmmakers. Primarily they do things for commercials, okay? But they're really good at what they do. And they have their own YouTube channel called Respect the Pact, if you want to check it out. And they've done some projects with Howard before. If you haven't seen it, there's a video of, I think it was like Street Fighter for the iPhone 4S. Also, Real Life Pac-Man, and also like there's a Space Invaders spoof. So check out their YouTube channel. They're really good at what they do, and I think that they deserve a lot more attention than what they've gotten so far, just that they haven't had really a platform to present themselves yet. And also, you know, as filmmakers, they're really good at filming, they're really good at editing, they're really good at all these effects and graphical illusions and such, but they don't have content, meaning, you know, they have to, they're not constantly, you know, the writing, the comedy and all that, they've never had something to present like that, okay? So, a couple of months ago, Howard contacted me and said, hey Phil, you know, I have these friends who are into this stuff, we actually just filmed something, take a look at it. I took a look at it, I said, wow, this is really good. And so between myself, Howard, and John Rambo, we started to brainstorm, gee, we'd love to do, you know, a series, that would be like a web series. That would be interesting because, let's be honest, we're all gamers, okay? We all enjoy video games. And, you know, John Rambo sometimes does playthroughs with me. Every once in a while, Howard does. But we want to branch out. We want to expand. It's called brand extension is what it's called. Where you take one product, which is basically me, the Dark Side Phil product, and also John Rambo, who has his own YouTube presence, and Howard, who has a YouTube presence, and you take that and you expand it upon something greater. And it's good for a couple of reasons. Because number one, variety's sake, you don't always have to see me just playing a video game. That's good. And number two, it actually helps me when it comes to things like job protection. Because let's be honest, as we know, what I'm doing right now is not a secured job. At any time, the government could pass one of these fucking stupid internet censorship laws and screw everything up. Or, you know, some asshole could put a false copyright claim against me. It's just not, it's not stable what I'm doing. Don't get me wrong, it's lucrative. I'm making good money. I'm actually making more money now than I was when I had my 9-to-5 full-time job, but it's unstable. So spreading out what I'm doing amongst other things besides just playing video games makes it a lot more stable. If I'm doing a web series over here that ends up being popular, even if they shut down my video game playthroughs, I still have the web series to work on. You know what I mean? So it's good to branch out and to try other things and to extend your brand. Okay, I know I'm using marketing terms and such because I was a business major in college, but that's the bottom line of what we're really trying to do here. And so, so we started brainstorming on what we should work with, and I'll tell you, since 2010 when I did those 3 Project 7 videos, and I'm not exaggerating right now, I'm being completely honest with everyone, the #1 most asked question I've ever gotten in Ask the King, all those Ask the King mailbag videos that I do, in comments on my channel, in PMs to me, in posts on my website, in comments on my videos, the #1 most asked thing ever has been, Phil, are you ever going back to Project 7? And it's just overwhelming, the amount of people who have contacted me about Project 7. It seems like it had a hardcore fan base, a hardcore following. Even though there's only 3 videos in the series, and it was really poorly made, people fucking liked it. And so I always said, wow, you know, I really want to eventually, hopefully, go back to doing something like that. And then, finally meeting the guys from Respect the Pact, it presented this opportunity for us. So, what is Project 7 now? This is going to be the next step. Project 7 is going to be an online, web-based video series. It's not going to be on TV or anything like that. But what we're planning to do is, once a month, starting in January of 2012, release an episode of Project 7. It's going to be probably a roughly 10 episodes. We're not sure exactly how long it'll be. But hopefully we'll be able to put out 1 episode a month. And what is it? It's going to be a comedy, adventure-based series. Okay? It's not a playthrough, and it still blows my mind that after we put the trailer out yesterday, where you could see that it was like us acting and doing stuff with effects, that people are still saying, oh, it's a playthrough, and Phil's going to play Final Fantasy 7, and no, what game is it he's going to play? It's not a playthrough, and like, I've said for months now that this special project we were announcing was me branching out. Obviously that means it's not the same damn thing I do all the time. It's not a playthrough, okay? At the same time, a lot of people are saying, oh, Phil, looks like Phil's going to rip off the AVGN now, you know, the Angry Video Game Nerd. Oh, he's doing the same thing with Gravel Fight. No, I'm not ripping off the Angry Video Game Nerd because we're not reviewing a game. That's not what this series is. This series is going to be a multiple-part mini-series of adventure and comedy starring myself, Howard, John, and possibly lots of other people. So that is really what Project 7 is going to be. It's our attempt to branch out from just doing video game footage, excuse me, and do other stuff. Now don't get me wrong, video games are going to be a major part of this series. You will definitely see video games featured. You will see video game aspects in this series. So I don't want to spoil the premise of the series, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but it will be heavily video game based. And so if you're a fan of my playthroughs, if you're a fan of anything that myself or John or Howard does, you're going to enjoy this series. And we're putting a lot of work into it. We sit down, just for example, for the pilot episode, we sat down, we had to write a script, we had to do storyboards, we had to buy supplies, we had to basically schedule shooting locations, we had to film everything, and then extensive editing from the guys at Respect the Pact. So it was a lot of work just to get the pilot episode filmed. And so that's why we understand we can't commit to saying, oh, we're going to put out 25 episodes. No, it's not going to be like that. It's going to probably be a limited series of episodes, maybe once a month. And keep in mind, we all have our own lives. I'm doing my YouTube thing. John has his own life. Howard has his own life. We don't have time to just focus primarily on this project. So it's something we're doing in between times of our own lives. And that's why we're going to try to, over the course of 2012, get this whole series out. Okay? Where will you see the series? The series will be on DSPGaming, my gaming channel. And there is the possibility that we will be uploading this to Machinima Respawn. I haven't talked to the Respawn guys yet. I think when we do premiere the pilot episode on YouTube, it will be on DSPGaming. But there's a possibility that in the future, in order to possibly widen our viewing audience, we will be uploading these maybe to Machinima Respawn to try to get get more people who don't know about me, to know and notice these videos. And honestly, Machinima Respawn, that's the kind of stuff they're looking for. Stuff with video editing, you know, things that are extensive episodes, not just someone sitting there going, oh, I'm playing a game. You know, they want something that has a lot of time and effort put into it. And that's really what their channel is catered to. So really, this kind of video may be what should be uploaded to Respawn from me, not me just playing a game doing a playthrough, okay? Now, I'm getting a lot of questions about Project 7, so let me answer some of them. Number one, everyone's saying, oh, the Magfest, 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 Magfest. Okay, here's the deal with Magfest. We're having a panel at Magfest 2012. It is a gaming convention held in Maryland. For more information, check out magfest.org. I believe it's the first weekend of January, meaning it's not like January 1st, it's the weekend after that, so it's like January 6th, 7th, 8th, something like that. We're going to be at Magfest. Hopefully, we're planning to get there at the latest on Friday, so we'll be there all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We may even go a day early, so we may even be there Thursday as well. And we're going to have a table at Magfest, a vendor table. We're going to have a panel at Magfest, an hour-long panel, where we're going to talk a little bit about my history on YouTube. We're going to debut this series. We're going to be the very first time you're going to get to see this pilot episode of Project 7. And you're going to get to comment. It's going to be Q&A after that. If you have questions about the series or anything like that, anything you've seen, your reactions to it, we want your feedback, okay? Now, what I do want to say is, there will be no filming at this panel. I'm going to tell you right now, no filming, because number one, we're going to film the panel. We're actually going to be filming the panel to upload to my gaming channel. And so, obviously, if we're going to film it and upload it, you're not allowed to film at the panel. Plus, we don't want anyone trying to being funny and trying to film this thing and trying to release it early when we have a set plan of how we're going to do this, okay? We're going to be debuting the pilot episode at Magfest 2012, and then later on in January, we will be uploading the episode to my DSPGaming channel for the world to see. So, you're not going to miss anything. You're going to get to still see the panel if you're not at Magfest, because we're going to be recording it. And you're still going to get to see the pilot episode because we're going to be uploading it to DSPGaming. Our intention is that, hopefully, people will like the series, and it'll grow, and we're going to be able to do things like maybe possibly make a DVD with massive behind-the-scenes footage. Let me tell you, we got so much behind-the-scenes footage just filming the pilot episode, funny-ass bloopers and things that happened, and just, it's fucking hilarious. I think we had a lot of fun just filming the episode. So not only do you get to see the series that's funny, but you're going to get to see things that happen behind the scenes that are hilarious as well. And we may be in the future be looking to do something like make a DVD set of the Project 7 series that you can buy if you want. Or we actually have already made some t-shirts where they're being made right now that we're going to bring to Magfest with us. Project 7, the Deathface character. We're going to have these t-shirts at Magfest if you want to buy one. It's kind of what we're going to be doing at our vendor table. OJ is going to be there. That's John Rambo's friend. If you don't know from John Rambo's channel, John Rambo Presents. He'll be selling his own candles and things that he likes to sell at gaming conventions. But we'll also be selling these t-shirts and just be there to sign autographs, to meet the fans, to just have fun, okay? So that's the idea behind Magfest and what we're going to do with that. So I hope that now, at least the majority of questions regarding Project 7 have been answered. You understand what the series is. You understand it's not a playthrough. It's not a ripoff of the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's something completely different that we've wanted to do for quite a long time. Again, I wish I could tell you more because the ideas that we have, and we already have an outline for the entire series of what we want to do with it, and where we're going with it, I think is really going to be fun and entertaining. Again, it's very video game related, but we don't want to spoil it for everyone and tell everyone what the plot is, because then it would make no sense. No one would want to see it. You already know what's going on. So that's the plan. That's the synopsis of Project 7. And I'm really excited. John and Howard are really excited. The guys from Respect the Pack are really excited. We're really hoping that, number one, if anything, at least this series will be very entertaining to my fans. Okay, my fans who have been with me for a while. They saw the original Project 7 videos, and even new fans who are now going to get to see us do something completely different. We hope it's going to be entertaining for you guys. But, at the same time, this is brand extension for us. This is more variety, and we're hoping possibly this will expand outside of just the people who are existing fans and, you know, catch new people to bring them in to not only watch the series, but watch my playthroughs and such. So it's a really exciting time for us. It's a really exciting project. Now, the last thing I want to address is why the original Project 7 videos are not available on Darkside Phil anymore. Darkside Phil is my original YouTube channel, and two primary reasons, okay? The first reason is because it was very hard to find them. It was confusing to figure out what they were, how they factored into anything. There was only 3 of them. One of them was literally named Channel Update, so it didn't even say Project 7. You didn't know it had anything to do with Project 7 unless you found the video randomly. And it was just very confusing. A lot of people have asked about Project 7 and never even knew that there were 3 videos. They've only seen one of them. So we said, you know what? We're going to get rid of those because it's too confusing. It makes no sense to have those up on the way they are on the Darkside Phil channel. First of all, they're on another channel to begin with. Very confusing the way they're set up. And number 2, let's be honest. We knew that when we announced Project 7 and we ran this trailer, that there was going to be a lot of interest for it. And people were going to want to watch those videos who are fans, who become fans after those videos went live in February 2010. People who've never seen those videos. So we said, listen, I made the videos. I have every right to get stuff out of them if I want. And I'll be honest with everyone. I want to make money on them. I put effort into them. We put a lot of effort into the reviving Project 7. There's no reason why I shouldn't be able to make money on what I'm doing. So I'm going to be re-uploading those 3 videos today. Today is December 11th to my Darkside Phil channel. Not my Darkside Phil channel. Shit. My DSPGaming channel. And what I'm going to do is create a playlist on the DSPGaming channel of those videos, of the trailer announcement of this video. So now you're going to have one place to find all of the Project 7 footage. I'm going to tag them properly as Project 7 and name them properly. You'll be able to find these videos for once and have one place to go for all the Project 7 footage. And I'll be able to make some money on them because they'll be on the DSPGaming channel. So that's the bottom line. That's what we're doing. And we also knew that putting them on private the day when we did the trailer would build up massive hype, which is exactly what it did. So we will be uploading those videos today, and so you'll be able to see, if you've never seen it before, or if you just want to refresh your memory, how the series started. Keep in mind, very rudimentary video editing. Actually, the subject matter of this stuff is very outdated. I talk about Modern Warfare 2. I talk about websites like screwattack.com that I haven't even looked at in 2 years. Stuff that, like, back then was interesting to me, but now it's not anymore. Stuff that's very dated. So understand these are almost 2-year-old videos that you're looking at, and I understand that the video editing and the quality of the video is shitty, okay? So those will be going up today. You can watch them if you want to be up on the series. We'll be having more information as Magfest approaches on the panel itself. Right now it's scheduled for the Sunday of Magfest, but we're trying to move it to Saturday. I'll let everyone know about that. I'll have more information on the t-shirts when we get them, because I ordered them yesterday. I'll show them in a video so you can see if you like them, if you want to possibly get one. We'll be selling those at Magfest, but also there's a possibility that afterwards we will be selling them online, but more on that as it approaches. Alright, so that's it. That's the whole premise of Project 7. That's what the project is. I hope it's clarified for everyone now. Please spread the word about this video, because I swear to God, if I start seeing more comments about what game is he going to play, is it Final Fantasy 7, is it Halo, I'm going to fucking flip out, because people just, how do you not know from the trailer yesterday that it's not a playthrough? I don't know, blows my mind, but it's not. We're branching out, we're doing something completely different. It's going to be entertaining, and it's going to be fun. So, alright, that's it. I'm Darkside Phil. Thank you for listening, and I hope now you know a lot more about Project 7, and we'll see you later with more info on Project 7. Thanks.